Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and I am back with another daily journal setup. We are going to set up the month of June, and as always, I'm going to start with my monthly tab. Again, I get these tabs from the Passion Planner, and then we're going to start with our title page. As always, I'm going to be using Studio Calico's Tucker Alphas, and I'm just going to stamp out June right in the center. Now, this month, I'm very excited for summer, so I decided to go with very summery themed stamps. So I have loads of summer stamps that I thought I could use on this spread, and I'm actually just going to go with it. I don't end up loving how this turns out, but it does turn out summery. And I always say this, sometimes you will love your layout and sometimes not so much. And again, that's okay. In the end, it's a space for us to journal daily, and that's what's important. Anyways, I start with the stamp set from Carrie Bradford. It's an older summer stamp set. I'm not sure if it's still available, but as always, I'll link everything down in the description box for you. And if it's not available, I'll always add that it's not available. I've grabbed a few stamp sets from Everyday Explorers. I'm trying to throw in a few summer stamps here and there. So I go back and forth between like Carrie Bradford stamps, Studio Calico, Everyday Explorers, and I'm adding ice cream, I'm adding sunshine, little bubbles, pool, swimming, all that good stuff. And I'm just adding them here and there. I'm trying to fill in that space around June. And I think because I didn't stick to, I can't even explain it, maybe icons, if I stuck to icons, it would have looked better, or if I stuck to like palm leaves or something. But because I went back and forth between icons, words, I just felt like it was all over the place. But again, it's okay. I actually want to let you know that I don't think I liked any of the spreads in June this month. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know what it is, but none of them made me happy. Anyways, I grabbed the stamp set from Close to My Heart. It's palm leaves, and I thought it would be fun to add some palm leaves in there. And again, a great way to bring in some color using those leaves. So I stamp a few here and there, and I change up the greens that I use. I love Close to My Heart greens. They are so beautiful. I think I have like 4 of them, and they always look so, so good when you mix and match them. So this is what I mean. I feel like if I stuck to the palm leaves only, it probably would have looked better. But because I had shapes and icons and the leaves, I felt like it was kind of all over the place. Now I'll try to fix the whole thing by stamping like sentiments that are related to summer underneath June to balance things out a little bit. I mean, it helped a little bit, but I still wasn't loving it. And that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to start over again. I'm not the type of crafter that starts all over again or throws away layouts or anything like that. You win some, you lose some, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to add some washi tape just to balance things out. I'll even add my border. As you guys know, I love adding borders to my daily journal. I feel like it brings everything together. And I'll also color in my icons and my shapes and things just to bring in some more color to my spread. I start to like the spread a little bit more once I add color to my icons, but not enough to make me happy. So anyways, I am done coloring in all the things, and now I'm going to grab my pen and just add my border. I've mentioned these pens before. I got them from Amazon and I love them. They come in so many different sizes. And as always, I'll link them in the description box for you. But anyways, I am done at this point, and this is where I feel like, you know what, I'm going to stamp a few sentiments that are related to summer and add them right underneath June just to balance it out a little bit. And like I said earlier, it really does help, and it makes the spread come together really well. Now that we're done with our title page, we can move on to week 22. So I'm going to start by stamping the calendar. This is a stamp set, an old one from Kelly Perky. I will also stamp week and fill out my own 22 by hand. So I decided to keep the spread as simple as possible. I noticed that I don't know, I'm spending too much time putting these spreads together. So I really try to keep a few of these spreads pretty simple. And I wanted to just stamp the days of the week, the dates, and then I thought I would add washi tape. I got a fun little haul from the washi tape shop, and I really wanted to use some of those washi tapes. So I thought it would be a good idea to keep the days of the week pretty simple and use the washi tape to bring in all the color and all the things. And as you can see, this set was beautiful. If you've watched my haul, you've seen this set. And I can't remember actually the name of this washi tape set, but it is gorgeous. And I decided to use it as a border for the days of the week. And then I grabbed the black one and thought it would be fun to trim out some of the feathers, the moon, and all that stuff and just kind of scatter it around. Now, this is where I wasn't feeling the spread, is the black washi. I feel like if I stuck to the white washi, it would have looked much better. But you know what? Again, I decide I'm not going to do this all over again. And it's okay, it still works. I can always fix this when I start journaling in week 22. I can always bring in some type of color, stickers, alphas, just to mix in the black washi with the white washi, if that makes sense. So it's fixable, but I'm just going to keep it as is. I'm going to go ahead and grab my pen and add my lines. Sometimes I hand draw my lines and I've gotten better at it actually. And sometimes I use a ruler. I found that when I when I tend to use a ruler, it's always my vertical spreads, but I usually hand draw the rest when it's not vertical. I don't know why. But anyways, I'm going to color in the days of the week. And I believe I called the spread done. As I said earlier, I'm trying to keep things simple, bring in a little bit of color and add color as I journal. So this is week 22. Oh, and one more thing. I did grab another stamp set just to add a little something to my washi tape. I think at this point I thought maybe if I added something, it would look better than it is right now, but it really doesn't make a big difference, honestly. But anyways, once I'm done stamping, we're going to move on to week 23. Okay, so let's move on to week 23, where I'm going to use this beautiful stamp set from Studio Calico. This stamp set released last month, and I was dying to use it. And I tried it out for the Monday. I went ahead and stamped the circle. I mentioned this before when I did my haul, that the numbers kind of fill in the circle. So I wanted to try it first, see how it works. It looked great, so I went for it. I started stamping out my circles. I'm going to stamp 7 of them for 7 days of the week. And then I'm going to grab my numbers and fill out these circles. Now, the point of this stamp set is you kind of connect the half circle with your number, and then you can fill it out with icons, days of the week, whatever the case is. So I'm literally going to fill it out with my numbers. Then I'm going to grab the days of the week from a different stamp set, fill that out, and also use a beautiful stamp set from Everyday Explorers. It's these hand-drawn leaves, and I'm gonna use those to fill out my circles and add some color to my spread. I also did decide to color in or fill out my numbers with this beautiful Stamp Market ink pad. It's so pretty. It's this really subtle pink, and I love it. It's kind of like a smoothie pink. So I went with that. And then once I add the leaves and I color them in with green, the colors are just going to look so good and they're going to make everything pop. So I decided to go small with my days of the week. I grabbed the stamp set from the Paper Person shop to add in the days of the week. And this is where I grabbed that stamp set from Everyday Explorers to add a few leaves here and there. I will grab my tombos, color them in, and actually just end up adding my lines, I believe, and then calling it done. Like I said earlier, trying to keep things simple, trying to get them done. Again, I always end up adding my own stickers as I journal. So I really don't want my spreads to be too busy and take away from the end results, if that makes sense. I do use some washi tape shops washi to add a little something on the bottom. Again, I really love that washi and I wanted to bring in some more washi to the spread. I'm going to color in my leaves and I believe I'm going to break down that washi with a very slim black washi. I always say this, I tend to use black to mellow things out. So I like to add in black, especially when you add the lines in black and then you add that slim washi over that colorful washi, it really makes a difference. While I was sticking down my washi, I remembered that I did not add my calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to stamp it on some craft paper, or this is like a sticky note pad. And I'm going to stamp my calendar. I'm going to stamp week and then just add 23, trim around it, and then just add it to the corner of my spread. I like to do this basically when I'm done with my spread and I forget about my calendar. I feel like just stamping it on whatever kind of paper just is a great way to add color. And also you don't have to like rearrange what you already done just to add in your calendar because you forgot it. But anyways, let's move on to week 24. So for week 24, I had already drawn out some boxes on my spread. I had this idea of just creating messy boxes, adding the days of the week, maybe a circle where I can add the dates. And out of all of the spreads, this might have been my favorite, I think. This one and the next one were my favorites, but because it was very simple, it's actually so easy to put together. I ended up stamping the circles for the dates. I'm going to stamp the days of the week, and then I'm going to grab my pen and add lines around my already drawn out lines. And they're going to look messy. I hand drew these boxes to make it look messy. I didn't want to use a ruler. I like to change it up, like I said earlier. So once I stamp the days of the week, I'm going to stamp my dates, and then I'm going to grab my pen and add the lines to my boxes. Oh, and I forgot, while I have my ink pad out, I did decide to go ahead and stamp my calendar, my week, and then I'm going to end up stamping, I believe, 24 as well. So I just grab a few stamp sets, fill in my little calendar section, and then I'm going to grab my pen and add the lines. So I'm done outlining my boxes and now I can have fun and add some stickers. So I found an Etsy shop. Her illustrations are beautiful. I forgot the name of the Etsy shop, but I will link it in the description box for you. I bought a bunch of her printables and I just printed them at home on sticker paper. And this one was all about plants. So I went with it. I'm just going to add some wherever I can to bring in some color. And once I'm done sticking down my stickers, I'm going to add color to my boxes. So I've seen loads of bullet journalers do this. I've never tried it myself. So I thought this was the perfect spread to do this, is to grab a marker and go over my lines with that marker. It adds a lot of color to your spread, and it's just a fun way to add color. So I go for it. I really like how it looks. I think I found my new favorite thing for my daily journal, and I'll definitely be doing this more often. I'm also going to color in my dates as well. Another great way to add color. And I'm literally just building off of my stickers. So I brought in some green using my marker. I will also color in my calendar as well. And I believe I call week 24 done, and we can move on to week 25. So week 25, I decided to create a circle in the center, and I thought in my head I can mask it off and create a little circle of leaves. So I grabbed my masking tape. This was kind of tedious because obviously I want it around that circle so I can mask it off. So I had to maneuver my tape and make sure that it covers the circle and nothing's gonna seep through. So once I get that done, I'm gonna grab that same stamp set from Everyday Explorers to stamp out all the leaves in that circle. I want to color them in. I want to add or create my own embellishment to add in there. I was just envisioning a circle of leaves and just bold, large dates. So I end up stamping all the leaves in my circle, and I'm going to use a large day stamp from, I believe, either Carrie Bradford or Studio Calico to stamp out the days of the week. And I was thinking the days of the week are going to sit on the edge of my spread. But you'll see in a little bit when I start stamping the days of the week, I totally forget that that was what I was going to do, and I mess up. And that's why I was hating June spreads, is because nothing was working my way. Once I finish filling in my little circle with leaves and stamping this beautiful little label to add as an embellishment in my circle, and I color in the leaves, I remove the masking tape, and it looks gorgeous. I'm telling you guys, I was loving the spread, but then I ruin it by stamping the days of the week in the wrong spot. But it's okay. We're just gonna go with it. I even decide to outline the circle just so it can stand out. And then I'm going to grab my Tombow markers and color in these leaves with different shades of green. And I'm loving it. Oh, actually, I end up using my Crayola Super Tips. Okay, so this is where my boo-boo happens. In my head, I'm thinking I want to stamp the days of the week all the way to the left and all the way to the right. And I do it right the first time around, but when I come to stamp all the way to the right, I forgot and I stamp it to the left of my spread. So now the days of the weeks are too close to my circle, and that's not what I envisioned. I think it would have balanced out better if I had them all the way to the right. But again, it's okay. I even try to fix it by stamping a little something underneath my circle. I stamped the dates and I'm still not digging it. I was really upset with myself, you guys. You can't tell while I was stamping, but I was so mad that I forgot that I wanted to stamp them all the way to the right. I want to bring in some or a different color. So I use this beautiful coral and I'm just going to fill out my dates with it. And I will also add my border. I'll bring in some washi as well. I always say this washi is the way to go when you're feeling down and you are trying to balance things out. Just use your washi tape. And at some point, I even think maybe I should stamp in the corner of that circle to balance it out because I really felt like the left side looked very, very heavy. So I'm going to grab another stamp set and add a little something to my circle. I mean, it works. It's not the best, but it's okay. It looked better than when I started. Anyways, I like to share these types of spreads with you guys. I want you to know that not everything I create is perfect, and not everything I create is like what I envisioned. But the beauty of creating things yourself is that you have your ups and downs and you learn from your mistakes. So it's okay if some of your spreads don't turn out as well as you thought it would be. Anyways, let's move on to our last week. There's only 4 days left in that month, in this week. So I'm going to go bold. I'm going to use this stamp set from Carrie Bradford to stamp out the days and the dates of the week. And I went with black, by the way, because like I said, I really wanted it to be bold. And I thought in that corner next to Monday, I would have a little box with maybe currentlies just to mix it up a little bit, especially that I have the space this week. So once I stamp out the days and the dates, I'm gonna stamp a little something in that corner, create a little box for my currentlies. A few months ago, I had bought this 3x4 stamp set from Altenew, and it is adorable. It has a little one-seater and a lamp, and I thought it would be really cute to stamp it in the corner and create a reading nook for my layout. I can't believe it took me this long to use this stamp set because, like I said, it's just so cute. And I will end up coloring them in and just using them to add a little color to my spread. I also want to use my stickers. I haven't been using my stickers lately, and that's why you saw them more than I've ever used them in my daily journal lately. It's just because, like I said, I haven't been using them. And so for that reason, I grabbed my little tray of stickers. Most of these stickers are printables, and I just print them on sticker paper and use them on my spreads. So once I figure out what I want to use on my layout, I just go ahead and start sticking them down. And then I'm going to fill out my little currently box with a stamp set from Everyday Explorers. Everyday Explorers has a lot of prompt stamps if you're interested in something like that. So I like that there's small prompts and they fit into small boxes. So I'm going to use one of those just to create a little currently box. And then I'm going to grab my Crayola Super Tip markers to color in my couch and lamp. Okay, I'm almost done with my spread. I'm just going to add a border, grab my Crayola Super Tips and color in all the things, and then I call my layouts done. Even though June was not my favorite, these spreads did not turn out like I envisioned, but it's okay. I'm going to recommend this again and say this again. You don't have to perfect every spread you create. You don't have to plan for them. Just have fun. Create little spreads here and there, something to hold your journaling. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, and this happens to me all the time, but I still keep it because it's a great way to document your day. It's not about how it looks, it's all about what you journal and what you keep as a memory. Anyways, you guys, I am done. As always, I will be linking everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.